What if I told you that controlling diabetes isn't just about cutting carbs and taking medication? That there's a hidden factor that could be making your blood sugar harder to manage, your energy levels crash, and your nerves slowly deteriorate? Most people focus on glucose levels, but few talk about the critical vitamin deficiencies that sabotage insulin function, drain energy, and worsen diabetic complications. Think about it. How often has your doctor emphasized carbs, blood sugar, and medication, but never mentioned the impact of vitamin A on insulin function, vitamin D on blood sugar control, or how metformin depletes B12? These aren't minor details. They're game changers for managing diabetes effectively. If you've been feeling fatigue, struggling with neuropathy, or battling blood sugar spikes despite doing everything right, nutrient deficiencies could be the missing piece. And here's the kicker. Many of these deficiencies don't show up in routine blood work, so most diabetics don't even realize they have them. Yet, fixing them can mean the difference between constant exhaustion and finally feeling in control. If you're doing everything right but still struggling, it's time to look deeper. Today, we're breaking down the top 5 essential vitamins every diabetic needs, and how fixing these deficiencies can transform your energy, focus, and health. Let's dive in. Diabetics often lack key vitamins. When people talk about diabetes, the conversation usually revolves around carbs, blood sugar monitoring, and medications. But there's a massive blind spot: nutrient deficiencies. These aren't just minor gaps in nutrition. They can seriously impact insulin function, metabolism, and overall health. The irony? Many people meticulously track their glucose levels, but unknowingly miss out on essential vitamins that could improve their condition. It's like fixing a leak in a boat, but ignoring the hole that's sinking it. Diabetes and nutrition go hand in hand, yet this crucial piece is often overlooked. Here's the deal: diabetic complications and nutrients are deeply connected. The body needs vitamins like vitamin A for insulin function, vitamin D for insulin sensitivity, and B12 to counteract metformin side effects. Without them, the body struggles to regulate blood sugar efficiently, leading to issues like chronic inflammation and nutrient deficiency, oxidative stress and diabetes, and poor nerve function. But instead of checking for these deficiencies, most treatment plans focus solely on glucose readings. It's like treating symptoms without addressing the root cause. What's even more surprising is how common these deficiencies are. Iron deficiency and fatigue go hand in hand, yet many diabetics don't even realize their constant exhaustion could be due to low iron levels, not just fluctuating blood sugar. Kidney disease and vitamin absorption are another major concern. When kidneys don't function properly, they struggle to retain essential nutrients, making deficiencies even worse. The reality is, if a diabetic isn't intentionally replenishing these nutrients, they're likely running low on some of the most critical vitamins for their health. So what's the solution? Foods rich in essential vitamins should be a top priority, but not just any foods, the right foods with high bioavailability. That means choosing iron-rich meats, vitamin-packed vegetables, and bioavailable forms of key nutrients. Supplementation also plays a role, but not all supplements are created equal. Choosing the best supplements for diabetics is crucial, ensuring they provide real benefits instead of just passing through the system and used. But which vitamins are the most important? Let's start with one that plays a crucial role in both vision and insulin regulation: vitamin A. Vitamin A deficiency and diabetes. Vitamin A isn't just about eyesight. It plays a huge role in insulin function and oxidative stress. But here's the problem. Diabetics often struggle to maintain healthy vitamin A levels because high blood sugar disrupts its metabolism. This means insulin secretion becomes impaired, making it even harder for the body to regulate glucose. Imagine trying to drive at night with foggy headlights. That's what happens to insulin when vitamin A is low. It's not just about blurry vision. It's about your body's ability to manage sugar effectively. The symptoms of vitamin A deficiency go beyond poor night vision. Many people experience weakened immunity, nerve damage, fertility issues, and even heart problems. If someone constantly feels drained, has dry skin, or struggles with wound healing, their body might be screaming for this essential vitamin. And here's something few people talk about. Oxidative stress and diabetes are deeply connected, and without enough vitamin A, oxidative damage runs rampant. This leads to chronic inflammation and nutrient deficiency, setting the stage for even more complications. So what's the best way to fix this? Foods rich in essential vitamins are key, but not all vitamin A sources are created equal. The most bioavailable forms come from beef liver, cod liver oil, egg yolks, and wild-caught salmon. These foods contain pre-formed vitamin A, retinol, which the body absorbs easily, unlike plant-based sources that require conversion. And here's a game changer. Cod liver oil not only provides vitamin A, but also delivers omega-3s, which help with insulin sensitivity. It's like hitting two birds with one stone. But what if someone doesn't eat these foods? The best supplements for diabetics include high-quality retinol-based vitamin A, preferably in liquid or soft gel form for better absorption. Just be careful. Too much synthetic vitamin A can be harmful. The goal is balance. And speaking of balance, another vitamin that diabetics often lack is folic acid B9, which plays a crucial role in nerve health, circulation, and mood stability. Folic acid, B9, and diabetes. Folic acid, or vitamin B9, isn't just for pregnancy. It's essential for nerve function, circulation, and even mood stability. Yet diabetics are often deficient due to high blood sugar, medication side effects, and poor diet. The worst part? Many don't even realize it. Low folic acid, B9, levels can lead to neuropathy, brain fog, and even cardiovascular issues. Imagine feeling constantly drained, struggling to focus, or dealing with tingling in your hands and feet. That's what a deficiency can do. And here's something shocking. Metformin, one of the most common diabetes medications, depletes folic acid. So while it helps control blood sugar, it silently drains a key nutrient that protects the nervous system. This is why many diabetics develop nerve pain, poor circulation, and even depression over time. The body needs B9 to create red blood cells, support DNA repair, and prevent homocysteine buildup, which is a major risk factor for heart disease. Vitamin deficiency and blood sugar go hand in hand, and folic acid is a major player in this equation. So, how can diabetics replenish folic acid, B9? The best way is through nutrient-dense foods like beef liver, dark leafy greens, asparagus, and lentils. These foods provide a natural source of B9 that the body absorbs efficiently. But here's the catch. Some people struggle to convert folic acid into its active form, methylfolate. This is where the debate of methylfolate versus folic acid comes in. For those with genetic variations like MTHFR mutations, methylfolate supplements are the best option because they bypass the conversion process, making absorption easier. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Low folic acid levels can make iron absorption harder. That's right, iron deficiency and fatigue are often linked to a lack of B9 because without it, red blood cell production suffers. This means if someone is constantly exhausted despite managing their blood sugar, iron might not be the only problem. Folic acid could be the missing link. But how does iron itself affect diabetics? Let's take a closer look. Iron in diabetics. Iron is the powerhouse mineral that fuels energy, circulation, and oxygen transport. But for diabetics, it's a double-edged sword. Chronic inflammation, kidney disease, and certain medications can reduce iron bioavailability in diabetics, making them more prone to fatigue, dizziness, and nerve problems. The tricky part? Symptoms of iron deficiency and fatigue often mimic those of high or low blood sugar, leading many to overlook the real issue. If someone feels exhausted even after sleeping well, iron might be the missing piece. Here's where it gets complicated. Not all iron is created equal. There are two main types, heme iron from animal sources and non-heme iron from plants. Heme iron is far more absorbable, which is why beef liver, oysters, sardines, and grass-fed beef are among the best choices. Meanwhile, plant-based sources like spinach contain non-heme iron, which isn't absorbed as efficiently, especially in diabetics dealing with gut issues or chronic inflammation. Add to that the impact of kidney disease and vitamin absorption, and it's no wonder many diabetics struggle to maintain healthy iron levels. And here's something few people talk about. High blood sugar itself can interfere with iron metabolism. When glucose levels are consistently high, it affects red blood cell production, leading to anemia-like symptoms. This is why some diabetics feel lightheaded, struggle with focus, or experience cold hands and feet even when their blood sugar seems stable. The key is not just getting enough iron, but making sure it's bioavailable, meaning the body can actually absorb and use it. So, how do diabetics ensure proper iron intake? First, focus on foods rich in essential vitamins that contain heme iron. Beef liver is a powerhouse. Oysters are loaded with bioavailable iron, and sardines provide both iron and omega-3s. Second, pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C from citrus fruits or bell peppers to boost absorption. Third, avoid drinking coffee or tea with meals, as they can block iron uptake. But iron isn't the only vitamin diabetics struggle with. Vitamin B12 is another essential nutrient that's often depleted, especially in those taking metformin. Vitamin B12 and diabetes. Vitamin B12 is the brain's best friend. It's essential for nerve function, red blood cell production, and DNA synthesis. But here's the problem. Metformin and gut issues make it harder for diabetics to absorb B12, leading to nerve damage, cognitive decline, and low energy. Many diabetics feel weak, forgetful, or experience tingling in their hands and feet, assuming it's just part of aging or their condition. But in reality, it could be a serious vitamin B12 deficiency. Metformin, one of the most widely prescribed diabetes medications, slowly depletes vitamin B12, and metformin side effects often include neuropathy, brain fog, and even mood disorders. And since diabetic complications and nutrients are closely linked, missing out on B12 only worsens existing issues like chronic inflammation and nutrient deficiency. The worst part? Many doctors rarely check B12 levels unless someone specifically asks, leaving many diabetics unknowingly deficient. So how do you fix it? The best foods rich in essential vitamins for B12 are beef liver, clams, sardines, and wild-caught salmon. These animal-based sources provide the most absorbable form of B12. And for those who don't eat enough of these foods, methyl B12 supplements are the best option. Unlike the synthetic form, cyanocobalamin, methyl B12 is already active in the body, meaning better absorption and faster results. This is especially important for those with gut issues, which can make B12 absorption even harder. But here's the kicker. B12 and folic acid work together. If someone is low in one, they're often low in the other. And since methylfolate versus folic acid can impact absorption, choosing the right form of B vitamins is crucial. Still, there's another nutrient that plays a massive role in insulin sensitivity and inflammation control, vitamin D. Let's talk about why it's one of the most overlooked deficiencies in diabetics. Vitamin D and blood sugar control. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, but for diabetics, it's more like the insulin optimizer. It plays a massive role in insulin sensitivity, immune health, and inflammation control. But here's the problem. Most diabetics are severely deficient in vitamin D, which increases their risk of insulin resistance, osteoporosis, and cardiovascular disease. If someone is constantly tired, dealing with muscle weakness, or experiencing frequent colds, low vitamin D could be to blame. What makes this deficiency even worse is that high blood sugar can interfere with vitamin D metabolism. The body needs vitamin D to regulate insulin function, yet diabetics often struggle to maintain adequate levels. This creates a vicious cycle. Low vitamin D leads to poor blood sugar control, which in turn depletes more vitamin D. And since many diabetics also have kidney disease and vitamin absorption issues, their ability to convert vitamin D into its active form is often impaired. So, where should diabetics get their vitamin D? The best natural source is sunlight exposure. Just 15 to 30 minutes a day can help boost levels. But for those who don't get enough sun, foods rich in essential vitamins like fatty fish, egg yolks, and cod liver oil are great options. And for those who need extra support, vitamin D3 supplements are the most effective form, as they're better absorbed than D2. But here's something crucial. Vitamin D works best when paired with vitamin K2. Without it, calcium can build up in the arteries instead of being directed to the bones. And speaking of proper nutrient balance, it's not just about getting these vitamins. It's about fixing deficiencies the right way. What's the best approach? Combining nutrient-dense foods with high-quality supplements while avoiding things that block absorption. Let's dive into how to do it effectively. How to fix deficiencies. Fixing nutrient deficiencies isn't just about popping a multivitamin. It's about giving the body what it actually needs in a form it can absorb. Many diabetics rely on standard supplements, but if they're low quality or in the wrong form, they might not do much. The key is focusing on the best supplements for diabetics and choosing the most bioavailable forms of vitamins and minerals. That means cod liver oil for vitamin A, methylfolate for B9, iron bisglycinate for iron, methyl, B12 for B12, and vitamin D3, with K2 for proper blood sugar control. But supplements alone aren't enough. Food is the foundation. A diet rich in nutrient-dense, whole foods is essential for replenishing deficiencies. That means prioritizing beef liver, wild-caught fish, egg yolks, dark leafy greens, and oysters. These foods provide highly bioavailable nutrients that the body absorbs far better than synthetic versions. And just as important as what to eat is what to avoid. Processed grains, high-sugar diets, and alcohol can strip the body of essential vitamins, making deficiencies even worse. Timing also matters. Certain vitamins need the right conditions for absorption. Iron works best on an empty stomach, but should be paired with vitamin C, fat-soluble vitamins. A, D, E, K need dietary fat, and B vitamins are best taken in the morning to support energy levels. Small adjustments like these can dramatically improve how well the body utilizes nutrients. And for those struggling with chronic inflammation or gut issues, addressing oxidative stress and diabetes through proper nutrition is crucial. At the end of the day, fixing deficiencies isn't just about improving numbers on a lab test. It's about boosting energy, enhancing brain function, and preventing long-term complications. When the body gets the right nutrients, everything starts working better. Blood sugar stabilizes, fatigue fades, and neuropathy symptoms improve. But knowledge is only powerful when put into action. So now that you know the truth about critical vitamin deficiencies in diabetes, the real question is, what will you do about it? Will you keep battling low energy, nerve pain, and unstable blood sugar, or will you start fueling your body with the nutrients it actually needs? Imagine waking up feeling refreshed, thinking clearly, and finally gaining control over your blood sugar. It's not about luck. It's about giving your body the right tools. Whether it's vitamin A for insulin function, B12 to fight metformin side effects, or iron to stop fatigue, the solution is in your hands. What's your biggest struggle right now? Low energy, nerve pain, or blood sugar spikes? Drop a comment below and let's talk. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started on unlocking the real secrets to better health.